Last time out on Orange Blossom, we built this amazing suburban area and I was really happy with it. I think it looks great. And then today I discovered some really cool new mods made by Washi277. I'll put them in my description below so you can go and check them out. But basically we've got lots of cool new roundabouts. I'll show you here now. Lots of cool new roundabouts like this. We've got also some new buildings as well, some smaller like row house utility buildings, like we've got some old cemeteries and stuff here. We've got small medical centres or small clinics in this case. We've got again some different unique firehouses for row buildings, and the same here for police as well. So we will go and add in some of these into our little suburban area here, into our little villages. I think it'd be quite fitting, especially we've only got sort of one police station here, and I think it's important we get some more police surface spread across this small area. So the first thing I want to do is get our little roundabout here, and that's something I don't like at the moment is we can't really, yes we can use Anarchy and we can put some cool little trees and stuff in there, but to have some mods and just some simple little click and insert I think is brilliant. So if we've got the medium size here, so we go in and click that here, place that down, there we go, that looks brilliant. At the moment it's got snow on it, but let's press play and hopefully that will sort itself out. Okay, it hasn't sorted itself out. We've got snow on it at the moment, but we'll stick with it. If I hover over it, it's okay. If I don't, it's not. So I don't know if that's just a bug at the moment or if that'll sort itself out when the seasons come around. What I will do is go in and delete that quick. And oh dear, mistake. We've caused mayhem. Let's see if I can quickly insert that back in here. And see if it sorts itself out. Oh, there we go. It did sort itself out. Good. I was getting worried there. I don't know if it's because I placed it on top of an original roundabout. Not sure. But yeah, you might just need to use that as a roundabout straight away. I'm not quite sure what's happened with the roads here. Right, the roundabout's looking a little bit funky. I mean, I like the look of it, the centre of the roundabout, but the lines are a little bit all over the place, as you can see here. But it seems to be working okay. So we're going to leave it. I've had a little play around with the traffic mod tool and I can't seem to get it to work on it. So we're just going to leave that as it is. I quite like the look of it. I think if you zoom out, you'll never know. And it's got a different look to the roundabout. So it's unique, if nothing else. We're going to go in and show you here what we've got with the water tower as well. So we've got this cool new water tower with a park that we can add in. So we're going to pause it for now so the city doesn't go crazy. We're going to delete this water tower. And then we're going to take out a lot of these here. Place these with Anarchy. So whether or not they're going to cause me some grief when I put the plot of land or the water tower down, I don't know. But let's leave it like that for now. And let's see how big this is going to be. Again, this is another one of Washi's cool building designs that he's put together. Oh, that looks wicked. I like that. I really like the path around the outside as well. That is really, really cool. I might even be able to connect this up to here as well. But that's wicked. We can put some trees around the outside of that now, and that is brilliant. It's got a little kiosk inside. He's obviously used the car parking kiosk there. He's got, what's he got around the back? It's even got a little playground. That's amazing. And some benches. That's incredible. And then I think if we upgrade this, oh, look at that. We can use some different upgrades. We've got solar panel assisted, battery extension, and water tower park viewing deck. So it's got, that was the initial expansion from before. Now you've got all of these. Look at that. That is pretty cool. As I put this on, oh, there you go. Look at that. That is brilliant. I really like that. Attractiveness too. Not worried about that. I just think it looks pretty cool. It's unique. Yeah, so like I said, I'll put those in the description below. All the mods are downloaded and you can go and check them out and add them to your city because I think this is an amazing addition. So let's connect up the path, put the trees in, and yeah, that should be looking great after that. So much better now. I finished up, put the trees around the outside. I did put some invisible paths in. I don't know if I had invisible paths around the outside anyway, but I added those in. So hopefully we get lots of people walking around, Let's press play just to ensure that we have no issues with power. No, that looks brilliant. So that's fantastic. So let's head over to our police station. What I did want to do is just show you the comparison in the size here. You can see it's pretty much just under half the size of our normal police station, or about half. So if we can go in down here now, it's going to be great for those times we're a little bit tight on space, but we want to get a police station in. And what I'm thinking, I'm going to put it down here in Laurel Acres here. That looks great. I will have to go in and dezone this and delete it. Let's do that first so you can see how it looks. Got cars coming out of random sides of houses, so let's quickly go in and dezone this. I 100% should have done that first. Alright, we've dezoned that. Let's delete the house. Alright, sorted. I will probably delete this one. That's after I put this one back in again. That should fill up there. Perfect. Yeah, what do you think of that? I think that's a pretty cool little police station. We do have a house here that I still need to delete, so I'll do that now quick. Alright, there we go. Wow, it was a bit crazy what was going on there, but got a new police station here. I quite like the little sign here. It does really look like a kind of small town police station, where if we compare this to the other one that we've got, the other one is pretty big from what I remember. Yeah, this is pretty huge. This is definitely more like a city police station. And I think what they've done is I don't know if they've got a little building next to it, but they've just almost cut this in half. So they're just using this section here. And I think they've taken out some of the benches and changed it. But yeah, they've used the original asset and made a new one. So that is really, really cool. So let's go and check that out again. Nice. Let's see how it looks kind of at ground level. Yeah, you can see they put the cones in instead and use those. And it's just that small building, as I said, almost chopped it in half here and then put some different assets and different things down the sides. Little flowers, dumpsters there to hide it. I like all these little police signs though. I think that looks pretty cool. That's a nice addition. And what we have also got as well, which we're going to definitely dive into later, is these. We've got like office row zones. I think that's great. So you've got some houses above, some little offices. Like I can imagine when I go down the high street, I see little houses that are either rented above what's kind of offices below, like places that will rent out properties, buy properties, estate agents, that sort of thing. I'd class that as offices, and you would definitely typically see those under houses. So it's good to have that as well as the commercial as well. And we've got commercial row house in here too. So that's brilliant. We've got some cool little options as we expand out a little bit later on. Before we move on here, what I did or would like to add in is, and we've got great little space here for it, is if we go into our medical area, we've got some room here for, I think, would be a nice little cemetery. This has 2 hearses, 500 tombs. I think that's perfect. We do have a chrome here, but I think this will be a nice little thing to add in just for decoration, if nothing else. Again, for some reason this is not snapping to the road, but we're gonna take that off and go in, and we can move this down a little bit closer here and snap that to there. Let's see what that looks like. That is pretty cool. I do really like that. That is brilliant. I might take out though this little sand area here. I'm not a big fan of that sand area. Maybe put another cool little path in there or something. We are going to delete this first because I don't really want another chimney in there. It's our nice little car park we built before, nicely filled up and being used. That's great to see. Yep, so we'll go and take this out now. I think what we'll try though, if we grab our tool here, yes, we can delete that. And then let's have a look at what paths we've got. Let's go to our tool here. What would be quite nice and fitting? Let's go to our concrete surfaces. Snap that down. How does that look? I don't mind that. I think it's better than the sand. I don't know if we should have used something a little bit different, like some of these tiled surfaces. Would that have looked better? Grey ceramic tile. Let's try this. Faff around and try and get it looking straight. All right, let's not mess around too much. Let's just get it in and we'll see what it looks like, because we might totally decide to change it again. Small adjustment there, small adjustment here. Boom. That does look so much better. I really do like that. That's much better. That's much fitting with the actual tombstone. So nice. That looks really, really good. All right, we'll go in, we'll put some trees and bushes in here. And we're going to keep this area a little bit less sparse with the trees. I've gone quite crazy. I've put billions of them in already. So if we go for a less sparse area, I think that'd be great. Good, nicely tucked away that. I think that's great. I think all the bushes I put around just make that area look a little bit bigger, and that should provide us with 500 deceased. That's pretty cool. We'll go in and just make sure we've got all those operating districts selected. We're just going to select all 10 of our areas here. Perfect. That looks cool. And we do have already in this area an elementary school here, and I don't want to go too mad with education, because you won't probably get universities and big colleges in this area, but you would probably get elementary school and a high school, I'd say. So we're going to use the cool new educational buildings we've got here, and you can see we've got elementary school, small elementary school, which actually just uses the, I believe that's the upgrade. Yeah, just the upgrade, and that makes it 3 times as small. So that is pretty cool when we have more small little towns that we want to put together. We've got a normal high school, we've got a small high school. Is that really a small high school? We've got a small high school here. This is the one that I wanted to grab. We've got high school in row housing. That's pretty cool. How much does that provide? 1/10 of normal high schools. Now that would be pretty cool. Have I got some row houses where I can insert that? So 80 capacity. I don't know if we'd get many more students than that in a 400. I could actually just insert that. That would be really cool. Put it in this main town here. Maybe at the end. That would be quite nice. Put a school at the end of this block. Can we quickly go and take this one out? I think that's only too deep. How deep is our, before I mess this up royally, how deep is our new one here? That's quite deep. What's the grid block on it? Does it say 1/6? That is very deep. Yeah, perhaps we'll leave that then. What I might do as a result is get the small high school, which still seems pretty big. Is it good to insert it down here? We could have a little car park off the side. How much capacity does that have? That has 200 compared to our 800. 200 is, I think, is a great fit for this area here. Or do I just want to put it in this whole space? Yeah, let's have it here. Don't need to go in and take those trees out, so that is excellent. I would like to get in here. I'm not sure why that's gone over the road. I'm going to have to, I'm just going to go in and set that back. It's come across as well. So we'll quickly save it, because sometimes the move it mod does crash my game. Drag this back a little bit. I'm going to put it back as far as possible Nice, that's cool. And then just go in and extend some of these paths out. Not sure why that went really funny there. Yeah, not sure why that went really funny, but we've had to go in and delete the whole grass area, which is fine, I will delete this hedgerow quickly if it lets me. Which one is it to delete the hedgerow on its own? I think it's this. I'm really happy with that. I think that looks really good. I love the building and all like the fountains and the little kind of gazebos they've got around the side. I think that looks brilliant. That does like look like quite a cool school. Even looks a bit like a museum. So I'm really happy with that. I put the spruce trees myself all around the outside. I think that's quite fitting and quite, yeah, fits in with the rest of the theme that we've used like here in this private house or private tennis club. We've used all the spruce trees along the side. And yeah, I think that does look really, really good. I might put a little car park in here. We're going to see either put a custom one in or see what car park size we've got. So if I go to parking, here I've got some little different parking here. I've got oh, this is row housing with parking behind row building. That's pretty cool. That is wicked. So that would be great to have. I downloaded this. This is not one of Washi's. This is a separate one. Again, I'll put this in the description below so you can go and download it. But this is a car park and it's got 2 levels to it. This looked interesting, so I downloaded this mod. It looks great. I might try and put that in our big expansion later on as we really try and upscale Orange Blossom and make it bigger. So yeah, I've not got. I'll tell you what we do have though. I saw it earlier. Where was it? We have. I think it's in the beach area. That was in here. We've got lots of cool. In our parks and recreation, I've got extra parks, different things like here. I've got ruin site that people can visit. We've got a summer theatre. Got a long park, a bit like it's quite like a long and thin one. Great for your big cities. We've got small tennis court, so this is great. This would have actually been much better than our big one we put here, but I'm going to leave that for now because it fits in nicely with what we've done. I'm going to see. I don't know if it makes any difference if this is a beach parking lot, but I'm going to try and put this in here. Oh, I don't know if it's going to fit. If I take off this, the size tells me it's going to fit. And do I try and run it alongside the spruce trees and have it at an angle? Don't think it collides with that house behind there, but let's put it like this. And we'll see how that looks. That should connect up nice. And is it put beach all behind it? Oh, can I delete that? Can I delete that? Let's have a look. Because if I can tailor this a little bit and it looks really good. If I take that off and see if I can delete some of the trees we had in earlier. Yeah, that looks okay. And then if I go in, can I delete individual props? What's this at the back here? I can just bulldoze that out. There we go. And then we take the tree out here. Some electric parking bays up there. That's fine. I can just leave that. Well, I just imagine that is on the grass. It's not ideal. What I might actually do though is go and fill in the rest of this with concrete or just adapt it slightly. Because if you see like this would be better if this was across here. And then if I can take another cut here, put that across there, that across there, that will give the school some parking. Nice. That looks much, much better. That looks really cool. We can leave that as it is. I might extend this out though and put it up to there so it fills in a little bit more, and then I'll do the same this side, and I might even then this should now get that electric parking fitted in. And yep, that's better. We can even put, also we've got some lighting. I was going to say we can put some lighting along there, but actually it's fine. So that's pretty cool. And then we're just going to go in and put some trees around here. Nothing special really. So let's do that now. Oh, there you go. That looks so much better. That was quite nice having that. Made actually building a parking lot much easier, and it's quite nice sitting right next to the school there, quite hopefully tucked away. I forgot to check though, does this have any extensions? Let's quickly first of all select all these operating areas. We're going to select them all. I know some of them are only industrial areas, but it doesn't matter. We'll just select them all, and then we've got everything covered, all 10 there, perfect. I will include, let's go to our districts quickly. I'm going to include, just because it's that little bit closer, I'm going to include our elementary school here within Blackwood Crossing. There, nice. That fits nicely in there. Yeah, I do really like that. It doesn't appear to have any expansions, so that's fine. And we've already got 31 people using that since I've placed it, so that's really cool. I really like that. That's brilliant. Now, I don't know whether it's worth putting in here a little path system and add some little bushes and decorations. I think that'd be quite fitting. So let's jump in and do that now, just for the aesthetics, if nothing else, guys. I've decided that I definitely haven't used enough bushes, rather than just filling it, because I don't like this plain green area. I'm going to see if I can change that. I've seen some other YouTubers have different textures on their grass, and yeah, it just feels a lot better. I hate this plain green, so if I can change that I will, but I'm definitely going to start to use a lot more bushes. So we're going to use the multiple tool here that we've got, just to go in, grab a lot of these bushes and try and sprinkle them in, and we'll see how it looks. I don't know why it's grabbing these trees, slightly annoying. We're going to see if we can change that though. I need to take Anarchy off, or I'm going to be all over the place. This can be a nice little green area. That looks so much better, so much better. We'll take out a few of these little trees that I didn't mean to actually put in, and then we'll go in and just put some little pockets of the trees we've been using, so it fits in with the rest of our build. So again, we'll go in and we'll select I'll just get a couple of little pockets of oak trees and London plane trees, or linden plane. London, they're called London plane again. Continue to get it wrong. That looks pretty cool. I really do like that little green area that we've got there. Just debating whether I go in now and fill in the rest of our blocks, these plain blocks here, with the bushes as well. I think I'm going to leave it for now and just keep that as a nice little sort of high school there area. How's it looking? 34 out of 200. So yeah, that's filling up nicely. That should, or it does look like it's going to give us plenty of room to satisfy the educational needs going forward. I'm not sure what this means here. What this actually means, this battery depleted. How do I charge that? Is that waiting for sun? Not sure. We're going to leave it for now. It is producing 1.53 megawatts of energy. That is pretty cool. I like the fact that that can produce electricity as well. I wish the solar panels on my farm over here did that, but yeah, that is a cool addition that produces electricity as well. That's fantastic for our small villages, our suburban area, all that environmentally friendly stuff. I think that's great. So that is looking wicked, and that's our little village starting to look brilliant. I'm super stoked with that. Really, really happy with how that's looking. Fantastic. Right, plan for today, guys. We are going to be, I will be transforming this land here, but the idea, I might actually grab all of this land here. We're going to go away from having this cove that we've got available, and I'm going to make this area here our big town area. We're going to have some, hopefully some high-rise buildings in there, satisfy our demand for high, and actually put some of our new buildings in that we've got available as well. So I do really, really look forward to that. So let's go in and purchase all this land here quickly. And I am hoping when it gets to the stage where we've put enough buildings in, might as well just grab all of these while we're here. We've got plenty of money, 15 million. Yeah, so I'm hoping when, because at the moment I don't actually have, because I'm only level 8 because I started from level 1. I don't have, oh, I forgot we had mixed farming as well. I forgot to mention that. That's interesting. Yeah, I haven't actually unlocked high density offices or high density businesses. I actually got here farming zone, a zone for small farms that produces textiles, food, beverages, or convenience food. Yes, let's go and transform this area here. And the plan is to level all of this out. We're definitely going to select a bigger tool for this. We'll be here all day. The plan is to just transform all of this quickly. We'll go straight across here. We don't want to make it a dead straight finish. I think it does look a little bit obvious. I'll go in there. I don't know why it still does that, but it's super annoying. So we'll go in and we'll just transform that. That's it. I don't know how straight I actually want this. But I want it perfectly straight. That's not... Oh, take your time when you do this, because misclicks can cause havoc to your build. So that looks great, and that does actually flatten out a whole area there as well. If we have a slight point, I don't mind that at all. Right, that looks cool. So my plan is I will be having, and hopefully this is on the next episode, a little island here, which is going to be a little transport island, which is going to bring buses in and feed our city. So I would like to have, coming down from here, I'll join it up in a minute, but we're going to go in and grab our, we're going to have, I don't know if to have, this is where I'm not sure I'd like to do it, if I want to have 3 lanes like this, and I have it a dual carriageway divided. I know we have that option already, and have a little gap in the middle, and I can make that look really cool. Or if I have this one here, I'm not sure which option I like best. So that's the first option, and the second option is going to be like this with it. Well, let me do it like that. I'm not sure which one I prefer. I do quite like having this. I think this one is going to look really cool. I can put some decorations down the middle. Yeah, I think if I want to have a little tram line or something down the center, I think I can do that. We can do that as well. So let's go for that. Does make our, well, I think it's going to be the same for this in terms of connecting other roads off of that, if it'll be a little bit more finicky. But I'm going to go for that, and the plan is to have some bus lanes going down the side as well, hence why I'm going for the 3 lanes. So let's get rid of these, and let's go and select our 3-lane tool here. So the goal is to have it, because I would like it running all the way along the coast here. So what I might do first of all is just put this out a little bit, and then just leave it like that for now. Grab our road tool here, because I would like to have our big high-rise buildings running along the coast. So let's grab these here, and let's go about here. I don't know why that's filling up with water. I've just done it a bit too fast. I'm hoping that does and should clear away. Let's assume it does. Let's assume it does. If it doesn't, we're in trouble, guys. Surely evaporation will dry that up, but we'll deal with that in a bit. Right, let's go in now, because what I would like to see if I can do is use our advanced road tool here, and can it give me way here? Will it do it for me? It's giving me green lines, so I'm assuming this is working. It looks like it is. We'll check it in a second. How does it look? Yep, looks good, I think. Do I just need to slightly modify that? Maybe I do. We'll definitely go for a smaller tool here. Looks a bit messy underwater, but no one sees that, do they? We can touch up the bits in between the roads in a minute. Oh, there we go. That looks nice. Really happy with that. I'm hoping these water parts dry away. Hopefully they will. We'll just keep an eye on that. I don't want to do the whole thing and then it messes it up. So hopefully that does dry away. Otherwise that will be a big problem. Yes, I've gone away, done some quick reading. I believe this will evaporate away, as it doesn't have a constant water source. It should sort of subside, evaporate as time goes. So yeah, we'll just keep an eye on that. It's only 2 little splurges, and then from this area here, again, we're going to grab our, I don't know if this is going to make it a little bit crazy, but we're going to see if we can also run the same system from maybe somewhere in the center here. Right, so I'm just going to go in now and finish the rest of this road network, build out our main area here, connect this up down there, and then we'll see how it looks. There you go, so I've put in a large water fountain on this roundabout. Now I've finally got my road network complete. I've also put some other ones. Right, so I've finally got my road network complete. I've used some of the cool little roundabout tools that we've got here, and this one does go a little bit crazy. I don't know if that will annoy me, but I'm gonna leave it because it's quite cool that it does spray everywhere. So I'm going to leave that as it is, and we'll see how it goes. If it annoys me after a while, we'll change it. But this is what we've got to deal with. The plan is to have either some large offices in down here, maybe some mixed commercial down here. Not sure what I'm going to do yet. Some medium stuff when we come a little bit further into town. So the idea, I've had a few suggestions from people in the comments to try and layer it. So the idea in the center, and that's going to be hopefully over here in this area. We have our big skyscrapers, and it layers down, because in this little block here, in this smaller grid that I've put together, it's going to be a medium density, maybe some medium density offices and commercial along what would probably be a main road here, before you then filter into our more medium density, which will be hopefully quieter along this way here. And then the plan is we're going to do something similar down here, with maybe some smaller density buildings along here, maybe some nice little university or something like that in these bigger areas that we've got more space to play with. So we're going to see how this main center area develops before we expand out and do too much more here. I will go in first of all though and get in some of our main buildings that we need. I don't think, I had a little look, I don't think I want to put a lot of these in, because these are 1x6. If they're 1x4, brilliant, it would work really nicely, but because they're 1x6, I think it makes it a little bit difficult. Whether I do a 1x6 and then see, I don't know whether I do a 1x6 and then put some paths along the back, make it into a nice little park area. I don't know. So we can play around with once we've got into a little bit more detail. But I will go in and start placing in roughly where I want some of our buildings to go. So we've got a medical clinic there. I might leave some of this area blank to start with for some of our bigger buildings. We might put in, what else have we got here? We don't need any of that. Education, I'm probably going to need one of everything in this main area. So we'll go for, what can we put in here? We could have an elementary school, would fit nicely in down here actually. That would be quite cool. Along with high school. See, high schools are pretty big. If you compare that to a small high school here. What I might do though, this is what I might do. Let's put a small school in here, and then that's an elementary school. Scrap that. I feel like that's going to be the best area there. It looks quite nice, this. I do think that'll be quite in fitting if we have some medium density around that. Maybe some little row houses around the outskirts here. That would be quite in fitting. In fitting? I'm making up words. Quite fitting with the rest of our city. I haven't actually unlocked colleges yet. So if I go in here, I haven't unlocked any of these. Quite a lot of these things I haven't even touched. We can just start unlocking them now. So if we have a look at our have a row university. Wow, that is cool. We can use that in our main city. Now that is cool. How many spaces do they have? 112. Wow, that is small. I could maybe use a little university over here then. Oh, that's quite nice. I could put that in there. Oh, that's a cool little university building. I really like that. Oh, I have no idea how he's designed that, but that is pretty cool. We're going to put that in there. And we can even have another university out here later on. So we've got elementary school, we've got a medical clinic, we've got our university, we've got a high school. All we need now is a college. I've just unlocked the normal college, which again is huge. So let's try and get in a row college. And I place that there because I can then extend. Get my roads out. I could put this along the back here and put some row housing down here. Maybe a car park here. Yeah, there's a lot we can do with that. A lot of detail we can add. So that's pretty cool. Right, so that's all of those in. Let's put in now our fire department. Might even put these here along with the police station. Just off the main road, so they've got easy access to this whole area. I think that does, if I take a look here, our police, that gives us 25 jail capacity, 6 cars, as does that. It's pretty much identical, just a smaller building. Like it, I like it. Okay, we haven't got to level 9 yet. Hopefully that's yet to come. We're up to 7,000 population, which is nice. I'm debating whether I put down a second university building in here. Nice, that fits quite well in there. That is pretty cool. Not sure if I like where the hedges go. I don't know if that's because I've put them back to back. Yeah, we can align those a little bit more nicely. There, that's much better. We've got 2 university buildings there. That should give us 300 capacity for those. That's pretty cool. I'm going to change all this grassy area around the back and detail that up a little bit later on, but that's nice. Let's unlock the large sports parks. See what that gives me. Got so many points I haven't used. I believe we've got some really cool bigger sports parks here. We've got this football stadium. I like that. That looks so much better than our normal football stadium. Now this would be great to have out here somewhere. This would really be cool. To have a football ground. That would be brilliant. Got our American football field as per normal. Indoor community pool. That's pretty cool. Baseball field. Wow, we didn't have that before. No, that's awesome. And our sports ground here. I don't think we had that. Our sports field. I don't think we've had that before. But that looks like it's the upgrade for one of the schools. So that's pretty cool. I'm a big sporty person myself, so I'm a big fan of putting some of these sports parks in. They look cool. They look cool. Right. Let's see what we can actually use. American football field would actually go nicely in there. How fitting is that though in the middle of our city? I don't know. I actually don't like the blocks that I've got here. I'm going to put this in here because it could go nicely with our college that we have there. I'm going to try and get this in the middle so I can run some paths, some decorations either side. That does look good. That does look very nice. I would like to take this massive pathway out down here. That's the only issue. If I move this where I want it there, it doesn't attach to the road. So I'm going to have to put it back. Maybe I just leave it there for now. There, it does look good though. It does look good there. Next to our football area. Would like to see if I can get a community or even a indoor swimming pool. Maybe try and put this a little bit more central. Oh, this could be a good place for an indoor swimming pool. That does fit really nicely in there. I like that. That's pretty cool. Looks more like a greenhouse. That's probably actually what he's used. He stacked lots of greenhouses together and then put some smaller buildings around the side, but has a good effect. Fortunately, it doesn't look much like our picture that he's got, but I don't care. I like that. not enough water. Are we struggling with water then? Those two water towers aren't quite enough. They're struggling a little bit. Right, so now I've unlocked my water pumping station. I can go in and put this in here for now. Just going to leave that there. I'm not too bothered. I might actually, because it might annoy me, just go in and build a little path off of that, maybe off of the roundabout. And then we can put it in here. There, we've got a nice little home for that, tucked away next to the motorway. That's a nice fit. Okay, so we've got some water as well. We're coming up to level 9. But let's start planning ahead now and getting in some of our zoning. So this is where we've got to decide what we want to do here. We've got some high density housing. I'm going to put that mostly around the outside and have some small blocks in here as well. I might have to play around with some of this zoning to get it onto the roads that I would like to get it onto as well. Because at the moment the zoning is all over the place. But let's go in and get some houses or some high density along the back here. That can all be housing. Get some high density buildings in along here and along here. We have, though, I've just seen, got some very low commercial. Don't think we've got the same here, but this is nice because this is 1 by 1 and 1 by 2 blocks. So that's pretty cool. I'd love to see some of this in action. What is that actually going to look like? Will that even get some demand? I don't know how that will look. I don't know if it's 1 by 1, but we've got some 2 by 2 in there. I'm going to leave that for now. We'll see how that looks. That's quite interesting. Because like this space here, we could have some 1 by 2s in there. We could put a little path along the back. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, there you go. That frees up some 1 by 2s. Let's even just put that in now. See how that looks. Get a little commercial area. That's pretty cool. We'll see if those fill out in a minute, but I don't know why they actually haven't. So the same thing happened there. We had 2 fill out. Oh, they did fill out. Ignore me. Let's see how they look. I'm not actually sure how big they're going to be. They might just be really tiny, but might look quite nice there. We'll see how they fit with our big, tall, scaling buildings. First buildings have already gone in, which is cool. Don't know how much I like this one though. Being sideways, I would like them all in the same direction. We can play around with that a little bit later on. That seems like all the demand we have for low density at the moment. I will go in and put some of our mixed commercial along here. Might keep this 4 by 4 all the way down. Put some of our mixed commercial down the main high street. We started getting in some of our high density housing. We don't have much demand for that, so it's going to take a little while to come in. We're also going to put around here in these outside areas. Imagine here, this area is going to be a big, tall skyscraper buildings, and also along the seafront there, the ocean front there, and then here's going to be a lot of our medium density and our row housing, and the same here, and then definitely all row housing here in this area. So we're going to go in here and use some of our, if I go into here, we can use some of our, I'm actually not sure where it's gone. We did have, you saw at the start, we had our, in here in this area, we had our, where did it go? Because that's the same one, farming zone. That's the same as that. That's a mixed farming zone. Not sure. We had our office there. I don't know where it's gone, but we can add some of those in along here a little bit later on. But this is where I would like to use maybe our medical clinic here. And also, what's the other one we had that was six long? Was that some of our education as well? Yep, some of our education was also 6 long too. So I would like to perhaps get a, what do we need? Elementary school. Let's get in both a school and a high school. I think that's all we've got available to us at the moment. This was the same, I believe. Yep, that was 6 deep, as is our row college 6 deep. No, that's actually 8 by 8. That's quite big. We have a small college 8, and they're all 8 deep. Nothing we can do about that. But we've got in some of our medium density buildings here. They do look quite nice, don't they? You can see the medical clinic sign. You can't really tell these are schools, but got that quite nice look about them. And playgrounds in the back, which probably does tell you schools. I don't think there are any houses that have playgrounds in the back like that, so that is cool. We'll have them near kind of our sporty educational hub that's over here. So we'll go in, we'll fill out the rest of our density buildings here. And yeah, you'll hopefully see how it starts to look as it fills up. Right, so I've got most of our demand in here that I would like to get in. We've got a lot of our high density buildings with demand to still get in, and I would like to scatter some medium amongst the high, just to get that slow layering effect coming out. We have a ton of demand for low density, so I might have to go in and use some of this space that we've got here and between here to satisfy some of that low density demand. We might build some little neighborhoods, but yeah, I'm going to go in and do that now. So yeah, I'm going to go in and start with little areas like this. So we'll clear out the trees first of all. Clear that out first. Then we'll get in our rows just here. Plan is to keep this quite small and I only have a couple of connections out to the main roads. Right, so I've got our little low density housing estate in there. There seems to have been a little accident, and that is an awful lot of taxis. A lot. Maybe our residents don't have our own cars yet. Right, so we're just going to get some trees in here just to spruce this up a little bit, and this is going to start to look really good. Right, starting to really take shape. I haven't gone too overkill with the trees, which is great. We put lots of little bushes in there. I think it's got quite a nice amount of colour to it. I think that looks great. What I've seen a few YouTubers do, and I've been watching Infrastructurist. He's one of my favourite YouTubers, and he quite likes to use the apple tree. Let me just bring up that apple tree now. He uses the apple tree, and then he, with this mod, he's got the same mod I've got. He lowers it into the ground. Quite good. Whether it protrudes a bit too much and sticks out, I think that looks good. Because yeah, like I was saying that a few of the YouTubers I really like Infrastructurist, he uses those apple trees and he puts them 3 or 4 meters into the ground, and then you can use them as bushes. And I think that does look really, really good. I think yes, they stick out a little bit, but overall I quite like the look of that. I think you would see lots of bushes, and you'd see that a lot in these low residential areas. So I think that's a really, really great look, and just tops of our car park nicely. If we zoom out now, you see that does look quite nice. And I think with all the road markings and the new decals, which are awesome, that does look really, really good. So while I was messing around with that, we did unlock level 9. That, I believe, gives us some high density business demand, which is great. I'm going to start to scatter this out along our main front here. We're just going to pick some small plots that we're going to go with to begin with, leaving some for our office high density when it comes in as well. That's going to be one building. Wasn't quite sure if that was going to be the case, but it is. I don't know if I'm going to make some of these commercial buildings here, these mixed commercial bigger buildings, because I don't want these ones towering over it. I want this here to be our main block of tall buildings. And we are just trying to change up the size a little bit, just so we don't get all of the same type of building. I think that's a little bit too much. So we might do some like here 5x3s, and then put in some 5x5s and see how those start to look. I think it's quite nice to have a mix throughout your town. And then we're going to go in and layer some here as well. Or we've unlocked a new signature building. We can see how that's going to look. I finished up the 2 small residential areas here, and that's starting to look really good. I put a couple of medium in the middle there. They haven't come in yet, but the rest looks good. I do like the little bushes around the car park and all the decals. I think that's great. And I quite like that I'm starting to put the bushes in now too. That just adds an extra element to it, an extra layer, an extra texture. It's not just trees and then some just empty green areas, which I hate, like this. Empty green areas, don't like that. This looks a little bit more filled in, a little more realistic, so that's really good. And our population's got to 11,000. So just reflecting on what we've done today, I'm really liking how this is starting to look. And you can see we've got some of our high density buildings, our tall skyscraping buildings in the center here, which is great. And hopefully it will start to layer down, especially as the medium density comes in. We start putting our row housing in here, then you've got our low density buildings in here. So all in all, we're starting to look really good. I think we had bitten off a little bit more than we can chew, expecting this whole thing to fill out in one build. I think we underestimate how much demand we actually need for this. If you look at our demand down here, you can see we don't have hardly any high density demand for residential area, and the same for the medium density as well. We've pretty much filled that out. I think that's due to probably a lack of jobs. We partly need more commercial zones, and we definitely need more industrial zones, because thinking about it, we have only got our farmland here, which is probably satisfied by all the people in this small area, and a little bit here. That's probably about it. We obviously talked about how Pinewood End hasn't really got any of these buildings being occupied by people. There's no companies that are taking these on, so there's not actually really any people working there. Oh, that one's filled out, but yeah, most of them haven't. I'm not sure why. If you do know, let me know, because I still haven't got to the bottom of that. But also, what I would like to do, this is the plan, because if we take a look at our topography here, you can see that this is very mountainous area / hilly, and this area here, so we're definitely gonna maybe avoid building up there initially. So my plan was this side of the railway, because we've got our, if we take a look at our air pollution, it's all going this way, so it'd be great if we could have some industrial area here, maybe here as well. I would like to build a little cargo port here for our railway, so we're going to go in and put that in probably over here somewhere. A little housing, a low density housing zone here, which will lead into our industrial area both here and here, and hopefully provide our medium density and a lot of our, for those that want more low end jobs, let's imagine working in the industrial area, they can travel out and go and find that. So that will be really good. We can fill out all of this area. Hopefully that will provide us a little bit more demand for both medium and high density housing, and that will hopefully help this area fill out, and then that gives us room here to be a little bit more creative. I would like to do a little medium density little residential area, should we call it, over here somewhere, and we're going to build our little transport island as well. When this area is fully developed, we can go in, put that in, and that will feed, and we can build our transport, but we'll do a separate episode for that. So yeah, I think we'll wrap it up there today. I think all in all, we got a lot done looking back, and hopefully if you stay tuned, you'll continue to see the development here in Orange Blossom, and hopefully it will continue to grow, and this little ocean front here will start to look really cool. So thanks for joining again, guys. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.